Hey guys, welcome back. This is Talking with Tom on January the 6th, 2020. Happy New Year's, welcome back. How's the day going, man?
It's going good. Coming back from a big weekend of, not big weekend, but a fantastic weekend of wrestling learning. The Daryl Hornet Sharma seminar at Crossbody Pro Wrestling Academy was great. Anybody who wasn't there, you definitely missed out. The 3 hours of advertised learning turned into just short of 6, so everybody definitely got their money's worth there.
So that was 6 hours with an NXT ref who has,
Also works with the WWE creative department.
yeah. So Little Blade's getting a contract then?
We can only hope.
Yeah.
If anyone deserves it, it's Blay.
He drove from New Brunswick or Nova Scotia, wherever the hell he's from, or Newfoundland or
New Brunswick.
New Brunswick? I always forget.
Yep.
So he drove.
20 hours they drove.
Was it three guys, four guys?
3 guys and 1 female referee.
Wow, that's dedication right there, man.
Yeah. A lot of people came in from the States.
And
It was literally like a planes, trains, and bus gag there because people took trains and buses to get there literally.
Yeah, I was looking at the photos and some names I actually recognized in those photos who made the trip up. I know you don't want to go. You don't want to go through the list, but for anyone local who missed it, that was a huge opportunity lost.
Definitely.
Those don't really come along too often.
Seminars are always worth it. Like, it's the classic invest in yourself. Why would other people invest in you if you don't invest in yourself, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, clearly you know better than this guy because you work for the WWE, right?
I don't know jack shit, man.
Well, we can do a whole podcast on that, but
Oh yeah, I know.
anyway, it is January 2020. It's the future, baby. We're
I thought my vision was supposed to get better this year.
No, you're blind as shit and just gotta live with that, my friend.
Yeah.
I just want to go on a quick, hilarious off note, but humanity, congratulations! By making it to January 2020, we have avoided quite the extensive list of post-apocalyptic futures. By surviving this long, we have avoided 2001: Space Odyssey, The Sixth Day, Blade Runner, Road Warrior, Mad Max, Terminator Future, RoboCop, the original, not the movie, but the X-Men comic, Days of Future Past, and Age of Apocalypse. We've also avoided the RoboCop post-apocalyptic future. Although, if you ever watch RoboCop, they got a lot of stuff right, so I don't know if we avoided that one, maybe. Running Man, Soylent Green, and V for Vendetta.
Soylent Green's great.
Yeah. However, we still need to watch out for Planet of the Apes and Hunger Games. And for all you people who like to talk shit on the internet, get it out of the way because the purge starts in 2022. So, get those internet beefs out of the way, guys.
Yeah, purge.
I'm personally looking forward to it, but
I'm going to lock myself in the basement with giant iron doors because I've taken one bump in my life and knocked myself almost out. That's enough of my attempt at wrestling.
I have a fantastic training video I'll post sometime with me practicing bumping and just dying and landing on my head.
That's awesome.
Well, if you're not out preparing for the purge, then probably you need something to do. So let's find out what kind of wrestling action we have for January.
Yeah, 1 second. As you know, it's Talking with Tom, so it's always a special late night edition. So there we go. Salut.
All right, so I challenged myself to get a little more international this time, and I might have gone a tad overboard.
And I do got to bring up one thing. Normally we do this late December, so you get the whole month, but it was the holidays, New Year's. My first New Year's, I did not work in about 22 years. because I've been in the restaurant game I was in bed by 10:30. It was wonderful. You can laugh all you want. I'm old. I don't care. This has been my dream to sleep through New Year's and not hear people go, "Hey, Happy New Year's!" Crack, crank, 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 whatever noisemaker they have, and then I'm serving them drinks for the next 3 hours.
We played Monopoly.
That's great.
It was a pretty ruthless game of Pokemon Monopoly going on in a while, but.
And then January 1st was fun.
Yeah. Well, mine was because I'm hanging out with two people who can't drink.
Yep. And mine was Death Proof Fight Club. Had a fantastic show at the Rock Pile. I brought 2 Death Proof virgins, and now they're hooked. And I told one of them about the show coming to London. His eyes bulged out of his head. And he's like, I don't know if I should be excited like this or not.
Definitely be excited.
And they did just announce recently, March 28th. They're coming to London, Ontario, guys.
Friday, January 10th, Pro Wrestling All-Stars Detroit presents the Decade of Champions coming at Play Atlantis in Melvindale, Michigan. 6:30 p.m. Nickel City Wrestling presents Frostfight from the Polish Cadet Hall of Buffalo, New York. 7 p.m. Chem Valley Wrestling presents Scratch That. Champion Cody Deaner will be in action, as well as a match I think is going to be entertaining as all hell. Adventurer Stone Rockwell takes on the good boy Jimbo Jones.
Oh, God.
It's going to be fantastic.
That's going to be amazing right there.
Coming out of the River City Vineyard in 260 Mitten Street North in Sarnia, Ontario. Also 7 p.m. Stronghold Entertainment presents Rise Wrestling coming out of Lamont Furnace, Pennsylvania. And at 10 p.m. 365 Pro Wrestling comes out of the Willow Point Lions Hall in Cable River, BC. 365 Pro Wrestling was the rebrand/relaunch of PWA Wrestling. So expect to see many of their former staples there. Good to see PWA carrying on. The new brand looks very interesting, very different. We'll talk a little bit about it this month. Saturday the 11th, 5 p.m. Pro Wrestling Rampage presents Payback from the Saga Club in Erie, Pennsylvania. 6:30 p.m. UWE Wrestling presents New Year's Resolution from the Wex in Cadillac, Michigan. 7 p.m. Revolution presents Pandemonium at the Battle Arts Academy in Toronto, 4880 Tompkin Road. Big time match featuring Casey Spinelli and Rebel taking on Leah Nova. 7 p.m. Missile Dropkick Association presents Stolen Prize coming out of Garden City, Michigan. Platinum Pro Wrestling presents Seasons Beatings 4. That's coming out of West Palm Beach, Florida. Fans bring a weapons match. It'll be a good night. 7 p.m. Everybody talks about, I hate watching WWE. Well, go on down and check out Major League Wrestling. 0 Hour, their TV taping, will feature a barbed wire massacre featuring Mance Warner versus Jimmy Havoc.
Wow. From
the NY Tech Sports Center in North Richland Hills, Texas.
And Jimmy Havoc is just, ever since he got on AEW, I've been a Jimmy Havoc fan for a long time. I've been telling you about this guy, and you're like, he's just a British fucking goth. Why do you love this guy? But I've been a fan of his for a long time, pretty much since he first started making waves over at here, and he's just phenomenal. But I don't know what they're doing with him on AEW right now. It's like, yeah, he has a staple gun, and figure something else out to do with him. He's a British goth guy who can do deathmatch, and he's actually a good British wrestler.
He's a very deep heel. He plays a very psychological, tormenting. He reminds me a little bit of Raven, but better wrestler than Raven.
Well, yeah, Raven wasn't... He had health issues his entire career, though. And also he kept getting hit in the head with shit. Where Jimmy Havoc is, I'd say, much more creative. He's very different than most.
his style is very creative compared to Raven, but in terms of like, Raven was probably one of the most creative wrestlers there was. Just his personal problems.
Yeah.
Causing too much issues.
Yeah, and he hated everybody.
Yeah, well, I was being nice, but just
Right.
calling it personal issues instead of saying he was kind of a dick to everyone.
Yeah, and he hated people. He was kind of a dick. But
Drugs.
yeah, that too. But
Anyway,
and also Mance is highly underrated. If you watch that guy actually do a wrestling match, he's really good.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
Big time match there. And Sunday, January 12th, 2:30 p.m. The Revolution Wrestling Authority presents Never Back Down, coming out of the Southside Rec Center in High Point, North Carolina. New School Wrestling presents Make 'Em Wait 2, featuring Bro Michael David versus Holden Albright in a no holds barred match. It's the Stony Creek United Church in Stony Creek, Ontario. 5 p.m. Premier Wrestling presents Premier Championship Wrestling presents New Year's Revolution, coming out of Turner's Hall in Cleveland, Ohio. Also 5 p.m. 365 Pro Wrestling, coming out of the Kelsey Rec Center in Sayward, BC. And 7 p.m. Ring of Honor television taping, coming out of the Caribous Arena Event Center in Concord, North Carolina. So once again, go support Ring of Honor television instead of complaining about WWE.
Actually, get off your ass and do something.
And once again, AEW, Wednesday, January 15th, 7 p.m., Bash at the Beach, coming out of the Watsco Center in Coral Gables, Florida. Friday, January 17th, 7 p.m., Horror Slam Wrestling presents Deathmatch Apocalypse, featuring Eric Ryan versus Shellac versus Eddie Only. It's 1125 Fort Street in Lincoln Park, Michigan.
I feel bad for anyone who gets in the ring with Shellac.
He just looks like a beast. Like,
he does. He looks like he is legitimately going to kill people.
Oh yeah. 7:30 p.m. Crossbody Pro Wrestling returns with the Showcase Series number 27. Once again, these are great shows, and they're only $5 tickets. Coming out of the Crossbody Pro Wrestling Academy at 69 Agnes Street in Kitchener, Ontario.
If you live in Kitchener and you like wrestling, no reason you shouldn't be going to those shows.
Oh, they're fantastic. You never know who's going to be there.
And they're great shows. Like, I went and I saw you and Jamie Senegal was there, which is just kind of cool running into
another Kill Me Talks alumni.
Yeah, former guest just walk in. Hey, and I'm gonna say it on the show again. Getting recognized is weird, and people were asking me, "Where's Tom?" Well, we do things on our own.
Away in exile, preparing for my return.
Oh yeah, no. Very drunken fan was. Love you to death. Please keep listening to the show. It was just weird getting noticed, man.
You're just not used to being a celebrity like I am.
Oh yeah, of course. The cadet gets noticed wherever he goes. I know.
7:30 p.m. C4 Wrestling Snowpiercer. Coming out of Ottawa, Ontario, featuring Brian Pillman Jr. versus Kobe Durst versus Stu Grayson. So that is going to be an incredibly athletic contest.
If you can get to that show, go do it, guys, because that is... Stu Grayson's not going to be doing indies forever with AEW getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Ooh. Saturday, January 18th, 5 p.m., Seaway Valley Wrestling and Destiny team up for a super fight from the NAV Center in Cornwall, Ontario. Big time main event matchup. The Destiny champion Marty Skrull taking on Channing Decker, who will be back from Japan. Huge tour of Japan. The Decker is tearing it up over there. Fantastic seeing him doing great. Once again, I'm going to name drop and put myself over, but I happen to spend a day training with Decker at Tyson Duke School when he was getting ready for his WWE tryout, and guys, just a beast. Like, the rest of us were legit out back puking and he's just like good to go. Like all of us did it, but he's like, yeah, I'm good. Takes like half a sip of water and like wipes a little drip off his brow. I rolled out of the ring outside and joined the other 5 or 6 of us who were barfing our guts out outside. Uh, so good for Decker doing all the great stuff and showing us why he has put in the hard work to be where he is. 5:30 p.m. Imperial Wrestling Entertainment presents New Year's Resolution. Guys, the New Year's resolution thing, we got to work on that. That's like the December ones. We need to work on those new names.
Don't worry, next month it's Valentine's Massacre.
Oh, Jesus.
Dun, dun, dun.
I forgot.
I haven't even looked at the notes, but hey, let's just keep track on Valentine's Day Massacre or Valentine's Massacre for next month. We'll just keep a tally.
We can take side bets and predicting 4. All right, it's coming out of the
Arson
Youth
Hey
Park.
guys, and if you want to get in on the side bets, please message me through the Gilmy Talks Facebook page or Justin Gilmet, or follow Tom on Instagram, which he will never check, but or add anything to it. I think he honestly has almost as many followers as Gilmy Talks does, and he has nothing. Nothing.
Well, no,
on his page.
other people populate my Instagram for me. So
Laziest Instagram gram feed ever.
anyway, at 5:30 p.m. IWE New Year's Resolution coming to the Artisan Youth Park in Houghton Lake, Michigan. Also 5:30 p.m. Blue Collar Wrestling Alliance Got Your 6 featuring Mysterious Movado versus the House of Truth. That's 2306 4th Street in Wyandotte, Michigan.
And I just gotta say, Movado's looking like a beast lately.
He's still going strong, like
Yeah.
impressive.
And the whole the transformation from like 5 years ago to now.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
7 p.m. Sweetwater Pro Wrestling. Born Ready coming from the Revo Entertainment Center in Doral, Florida. Also 7 p.m. Underdog Championship Wrestling from the Teamsters Hall, Local 325 in Rockford, Illinois. 7 p.m. has the Battle Arts Rising Star Show featuring the Battle Arts Rumble coming out of the Battle Arts Academy at 4880 Tompkin Road in Toronto, Ontario. Gatineau Pro Wrestling presents Tempête du Cid. 480 Rue de la Pin, Gatineau, Quebec. Also 7 p.m. Crossbody Pro Wrestling presents Another New Beginning. Couple big matches there. Von Vertigo takes on Jimbo Jones. Champion Holden Albright defends against Alessandro Del Bruno and Justin Sane.
Wow.
Big time matchup. Once again, coming out of the Crossbody Pro Wrestling Academy at 69 Agnes Street, Kitchener, Ontario. Also 7 p.m. International Wrestling Cartel presents Reloaded 6.0 from the Court Time Sports Center in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. And 7:30 p.m. PWX presents X16 Night 1 from the Gastonia National Guard Armory in Gastonia, North Carolina. Sunday, January 17th, 1 p.m. CWO returns to the rock pile. Yours truly, the Cadet, will be teaming with Hawk Henshaw versus Crystal Moon and Kyle Brooks, and CWO champion Toaster will be in action. 4 p.m. Premier Wrestling Experience presents X16 Night 2, once again from next Gastonia National Guard Armory in Gastonia, North Carolina. 5 p.m. Firestar Pro Wrestling presents Future Fire 15 from the Firestar Arena at 517 Medley Street in Greensboro, North Carolina. Gotta go back to the hotbed of wrestling, Greensboro. 8 p.m. Destiny Wrestling presents Carnage, their 6-year anniversary show. Champion Marty Skrull will be in action, assuming he survives Chang. And big time fatal 4-way matchup of El Diablo Gabriel Fuerza versus Lionel Knight versus Channing Decker versus Enzo, formerly of the WWE. Once again, coming out of the Battle Arts Academy in Toronto.
That's going to be a fantastic match. You guys, I know everyone's not a huge fan of Enzo right now, but he is back to his old shoot style boxing stuff. He completely changed his style, completely changed everything about him. but you can't help but just dislike the guy. I don't know. Maybe it's just his face. It's just his wrestling's good. His promos are on point. He just nobody likes the guy, and everyone's kind of shitting on him right now.
It was that thing with him and Janela. The worst fist fight ever.
It wasn't a fist fight. There was no fist thrown.
It was a slapping contest between him and Janela is what's hurting both of them.
It was two drunk guys who couldn't throw a punch at them if they needed it.
It was a slap fight.
Yeah, a little bit. Two badass dudes who do a slap fight. And that's like, oh god. But who else is in that match? Decker,
Lionel Knight, and
Knight.
Gabriel Ferguson.
Ferreza is amazing. Knight's amazing. Decker's amazing, and Endo's good. Gonna be a fantastic match.
Hell of a match.
And also Marty Scurll.
Marty Scurll's always worth it.
Hey, the villain, amazing. Just for the entrance alone.
Thursday 23rd, 7 p.m. International Wrestling League presents 2 from the Resistance Gallery in Bethnal Green, London, United Kingdom. That's right, we went over the pond to the UK.
And to that, Amir, how's it going, buddy? We mentioned the UK.
Alright, 8 p.m. CWO returns to the Rock Pile. Thursday Night Slam, 5555 Dundas Street West in Etobicoke, Toronto, Ontario. Friday 24th, 7 p.m. 365 Pro Wrestling returns to Ontario. Big time show. Brody King versus Judas Icarus.
Oh, wow.
Pretty Ricky Wildley versus Clay Wilson. As well as 2 underground VIP hardcore matches, which will take place after the show. There is a 10,000 thumbtack match, as well as Eddie Osborne versus Warhead in a Flaming Tables match. That will be the Registry Theatre at 122 Frederick Street in Kitchener, Ontario. 8 p.m. Superkicked returns to the Great Hall in Toronto with Hunting Season, 1087 Queen Street, Toronto, Ontario. Saturday, January 25th, 5 p.m. Barrie Wrestling presents 2020 Visionaries. Champion Von Vertigo defends against Mark Wheeler in what will be one hell of a match.
Yep.
Both those guys are fantastic. 49 Ferris Lane, Barrie, Ontario. 6 p.m. Northeast Signature Wrestling is their debut, their Stars and Students show, coming into the MMA Signatures Academy, 564 Main Street in Strasburg, Pennsylvania. 6:30 p.m. AML presents their 5th anniversary celebration. Big match, their champion Colby Carino takes on Falaba.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's coming out of the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. 7 p.m. Mid-Ohio Wrestling presents their 19th anniversary show, featuring Dominic Guarini versus Madman Fulton. It's 4275 Lincoln Way West in Massillon, Ohio. And 7:30 p.m. once again our good friends at 365 Wrestling return to the Red Chevron, Guelph, Ontario. A couple of big matches there. Holodead takes on CC Moss, and Judas Icarus battles the Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander.
Oh, he's gonna get killed.
Yes, he is.
Oh.
34 Elizabeth Street.
Oh, just
Guelph.
My chest hurts just thinking. Oh.
Well, I've been on the receiving end
guys,
of one of those. And
Google Josh Alexander chops. It just, ow. Just, there's no way other to describe it except for ow and then loss of all breath.
Yeah, he hit me with one during a battle royal, and I kind of wish I could get pinned right there. Like, I just glad I had lots of time to roll away and hide.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Josh, it's a battle royal.
No, I tried to get it from behind, and then he like turned around and just like had that moment of, it was, you hear the commentator in your head going, and at this moment, Tom knew he f***ed up. Anyway, still Saturday 25th, 7:30 p.m. All Star Wrestling. That's the Indy Invasion. the Desi Hit Squad, and Sing Bassi, another Tyson Dukes Wrestling Factory alumni. That is coming out of the Maritime Labor Center in Vancouver. Asylum Pro Wrestling presents Cage Resolutions at the Clearfield Fairground in Clearfield, Pennsylvania. Sunday the 26th, 2 p.m., Junction City Wrestling returns for the Destructor Rumble, the Junction Craft Brewery at 150 Stimes Road, Toronto, Ontario. Pro Wrestling Eclipse returns to the Royal Canadian Legion, Ranch 43 in Oshawa, Ontario. Cody Deaner, champion, defends his title against Tammy the Savage. Tammy was a giant, scary man. I was in a 6-man tag match against him one time, and he knocked one of my partners out with a headbutt. Like, just done. Like, he was out. That was it.
Oh,
we're like, ref, like he's out. Like, you need to check on him. Just like, you okay? I'm fine. You're not fine. Took 3 of us to get Tammy out of the ring. Scary giant man.
Yeah.
2 p.m. Northern Tier Wrestling presents Generation Now 2, coming from the Sayre VFW Post, number 1536 in Sayre, Pennsylvania. 3 p.m. Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum presents Resolution 2 from Dania Beach, Florida. And 3 p.m. CWO makes its debut in Brantford. NB Nightclub at 234 Colburn Street in Brantford, Ontario. Featuring, of course, the Cadet, as well as CWO champion Toaster. Wednesday, January 29, AEW Dynamite TV taping will be at the Wolfenstein Center in Cleveland State University. Tickets are still available for that, so go check that out.
Wait, Wolfenstein?
Not that Wolfenstein. I'm assuming anyway.
Well, maybe the game's based off it. Who knows?
Or it's a common German name, one of the two.
Yeah, it is, but just like, well, video game I played as a kid was really fun.
The shooter way before everything else.
Yes. Before
Quake ruined everything.
It was the first shooter. Then there was Doom. Then Quake came out. Quake was fun. Quake 3 is a nightmare.
Yeah, Quake ruined everything.
It's like, oh god, why are there so many? I'm out of ammo. Why are there so many guys? And now I'm just stabbing monsters. Why am I stabbing these things? Oh, Quake.
All right, we have to do another podcast on 90s nostalgia shooters. That'll be a raging debate one for sure.
Yeah, I'd just say, well, I'd say Little Guido scores them all.
All right, and finish off January 31st. Friday, 7 p.m., C4 returns with Underground Return to the Beyond Pale. 7:30 p.m., WAC Wrestling presents the Winter Rumble featuring Glacier of WCW fame. He will actually be participating in their big Winter Rumble as well, taking place in Whitehall, New York. 8 p.m., True Wrestling presents True Year 2020 from True Mills Plains, Pennsylvania. And 10 p.m., Blueprint Pro Wrestling presents Blueprint 9 in 3650 Southwest 10th Street in Deerfield Beach, Florida. So January is another packed month of wrestling. You're home, you're bored, it's cold and miserable. So get inside and support some good wrestling action, guys and girls.
All right, guys. Thanks again, Tom, for coming in. You should hear me do intros just by myself.
Take 9.
Oh God, take 9, take 10. The George McKay one, because I was having laryngitis. The intro, which is 6 minutes long, 2 hours. Took me 2 hours to get a usable intro out because I really wanted to get the episode out, and it just was. And then I had to do the outro. You can actually hear my voice cracking and going to shit, and that's the best I could do, guys. Thank you very much for putting up with that. And yeah, go check out the George McKay show. It was actually really, really fun. Well, enjoyed it. Tom does not listen unless he's on, of course, but
I listen to all of them eventually.
Oh yeah.
I just have a backlog too.
Yeah,
Between my
because
film
I've been
study.
putting out so much content lately. Mwahaha. But yeah, I'll figure out some kind of outro here. Alright, guys. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later.